Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
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 Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay, so we welcome all of you to our weekly online Krishna book classes. We have with us here today Auntie Neeta, Aja, Devina, then my husband is there. Then we have Kamala Nandini Mataji, we have Karuna, Lavina Dadlani, Manju Nihalani, Ritu Lalwani, we have Shailesh Latkar, Shantaram Latkar, Sheetal Latkar, we have Shivani, we have Sri Radhe Hari Devi Dasi Mataji, we have Swapna Latkar, Upasna Dalai, and we have Wendy Perez. Okay. So what did we see in the previous class?
Akrūra is gone to Vrindavan to take Krishna and Balram. And then
Yes. So he's come to take Krishna and Balaram away from Vrindavan and take them to
to Mathura.
Mathura. Yes. And who
Mathura.
has sent him?
Kansa.
Kamsa has sent him, right?
Yeah.
With what intention? With what intention has
Yeah.
Kamsa sent him?
Bad
He,
intentions.
he wants to kill them.
He wants to kill Krishna. Okay, very nice. Let me share my screen. 39. So today, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we are going to see chapter number 39 of the Krishna book titled Akrūra's Return Journey and his vision of Viṣṇuloka within the Yamunā river. So this is the episode, a very, very heart-wrenching episode when Krishna leaves Vrindavan. No, the heart of Vrindavan. Krishna is the heart of Vrindavan, the heart of all the residents of Vrindavan. And now he is leaving Vrindavan and going to Mathura. So before we proceed with today's chapter, I have a question. How many Gitas have we seen so far in our Krishna book classes? Who can say? Or which, can you name some of the Gitas we saw?
You don't know.
Gopi Gita.
Gopi Gita, yes, very nice. Gopi Gita. So what is Gopi Gita? The songs that the gopis sing in separation of Krishna. When do they sing that?
When
When he
Krishna
had
is
left,
away
right?
from them.
When Krishna is away from them. But what was the special occasion at that time? What was happening? What was the
Raslila. Raslila, Mataji.
Yes, Ras Leela, no? During the night of the Rasa Leela, when Krishna suddenly disappears from the midst of the gopis, then gopis are searching for Krishna, then they are feeling separation from Krishna. And so they sing the songs of separation called as Gopi Gita. Very nice. 2 more Gitas we have seen so far. What are they? We saw the song of
Bhagavad
Krishna's
Gita.
flute. The song of Krishna's flute we saw. What is that Gita called?
Venu Gita.
What's that?
Venu.
Venu Gita, yes, very nice. The Venu Gita, the song of Krishna's flute, was when the gopis are glorifying the transcendental sound vibration of Krishna's flute and how the sound coming from Krishna's flute has different effects on the different living entities, no? How they are reacting to the enchanting sound that is coming from Krishna's flute. So that is Venu Gita. Then one more Gita we saw when the gopis are feeling separation from Krishna, when Krishna wanders in the forest, or rather he's taking his cows and calves to the forest. So during the daytime, the gopis are feeling separation from Krishna. And that Gita is called? It starts with a Y. Who can remember? Okay, that's called
Yugala
as
Gita.
Yugala
Yugala
Gita.
Gita.
Yes, very nice. Yugala Gita. Okay. So far we have seen Venu Gita, we have seen Gopi Gita, and we have seen Yugala Gita. In today's chapter, we will be seeing what is called as the Viraha Gita, the song of the gopis as Krishna leaves Vrindavan. So that is called as the Viraha Gita. So gopis, they are very, very heartbroken when they hear the news that Akrūra has come to take Krishna away from Vrindavan. So they don't sleep the whole night, no, because they are thinking that, oh, tomorrow Krishna is going to leave. So they have gathered together in small groups and they are singing this Yugala Gita. So in this Yugala Gita, they are condemning the creator. They are saying that Krishna is so merciless, Krishna is so cruel. Akrūra does not deserve his name. His name is Akrūra, but actually he's very Krūra, very cruel. No? And then they're also saying that the demigods, they should bring in some hindrance so that Krishna cannot go to Vrindavan, either a storm or a thunderstorm or some kind of natural disturbance the Devata should send so that Krishna cannot go. So like that, and then they say that even the elderly people of Vrindavan are so
Cruel.
merciless because they are allowing Krishna to go. So like this, they are singing this, what is called as the Viraha Gita, which we are going to see today in today's chapter, if Krishna so sanctions.
Mataji, can I ask you one question?
Yes.
So the Viragita Gita is the separation from Krishna for the gopis, right?
Yes, they are singing this, anticipating that tomorrow Krishna is going to leave Vrindavan.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so if you go to the Srimad Bhagavatam, then the exact verses are this 10th canto, 39th chapter, verses 19 to 31. This is the Viraha Gita, if you want to see the Sanskrit shlokas. Okay, now let's read. Akrūra was warmly received by Lord Krishna and Nanda Maharaj and offered a resting place for the night. In the meantime, the two brothers, Balaram and Krishna, went to take their supper. Akrūra sat on his bed and began to reflect that all the desires he had contemplated while coming from Mathura to Vrindavan had been fulfilled. Lord Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune. Being pleased with his pure devotee, he can offer whatever the devotee desires. But the pure devotee does not ask anything from the Lord for his personal benefit. See, this is, when in the previous chapter we saw Akrūra in his journey from Mathura to Vrindavan, he was contemplating so many things that, I mean, what will happen? How will Krishna and Balaram receive him? And what would he do when he sees them? So he was contemplating many things, and he then saw that what he was contemplating actually came out to be true because he was very nicely received. He was given a very, very nice reception by Krishna and Balaram. Then see, this Krishna is the husband of the goddess of fortune. So Krishna is called as he's called as Madhava, the husband of the goddess of fortune. So because he is the husband of the goddess of fortune, he can give whatever the devotee desires. But the devotee, he does not want anything for himself. The devotee only wants that the Lord is pleased. No, he only wants to please the Lord. So this is a very, very loving relationship that is there between the Lord and his devotees. After taking their supper, Krishna and Balaram began to bid good night to Akrūra and asked him how Kamsa was dealing with their friends and relatives. Krishna then inquired into Kamsa's plans. The Supreme Personality of Godhead then informed Akrūra that his presence was very welcome. He inquired from him whether all his relatives and friends were well and free from all kinds of ailments. Krishna stated that he was very sorry that his maternal uncle Kamsa was the head of the kingdom. He said that Kamsa was the greatest anomaly in the whole system of government and that they could not expect any welfare for the citizens while he ruled. Then Krishna said, "My father has undergone much tribulation simply from my being his son. For this reason also he has lost many other sons. I think myself so fortunate that you have come as my friend and relative. My dear uncle Akrūra, please tell me the purpose of your coming to Vrindavan." So now Akrūra in his room, Krishna and Balaram go to his room and they are having this conversation with him. And Krishna is saying that how because of me, my father has gone through so many tribulations. So which father he's talking about here? Nanda Maharaj or he's talking about Vasudev?
Vasudev.
Yes, he's talking about Vasudev, no? Okay. After this inquiry, Akrūra, who belonged to the dynasty of Yadu, explained the recent events in Mathura, including Kamsa's attempt to kill Vasudev, the father of Krishna. He related the things which had happened after the disclosure by Narada that Krishna was the son of Vasudev, hidden by Vasudev in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Akrūra narrated all the stories regarding Kamsa. He told how Narada had met Kamsa and how he himself was deputed by Kamsa to come to Vrindavan. Akrūra explained to Krishna that Narada had only that Narada had told Kamsa all about Krishna's being transferred from Mathura to Vrindavan just after his birth and about his killing all the demons sent by Kamsa. Akrūra then explained to Krishna the purpose of his coming to Vrindavan, to take him back to Mathura. After hearing these arrangements, Balaram and Krishna, who are very expert in killing opponents, mildly laughed at the plans of Kamsa. So here now finally Akrūra has revealed why has he come to Vrindavan. He has come to take Krishna back to Mathura. Now, they mildly laughed. Balaram and Krishna, they mildly laughed at the plans of Kamsa. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that they laughed because they are thinking that actually Kamsa has planned that he will bring us there and he will kill us. But actually his plans mean that now he himself is going to be killed. So, that's why Krishna and Balaram laughed. They immediately informed Nanda Maharaj that Kamsa had invited all the cowherd men and boys to go to Mathura to participate in the ceremony known as Dhanur Yagya. Kamsa wanted them all to go there to participate in the function. On Krishna's word, Nanda Maharaj at once called for the cowherd men and asked them to collect milk and all kinds of milk products to present to the king in the ceremony. He also sent instructions to the police chief of Vrindavan to tell all the inhabitants about Kamsa's great Dhanur Yagya function and invite them to join. Nanda Maharaj informed the cowherd men that they would start the next morning. They therefore arranged for the cows and bulls to carry them all to Mathura. So after Akrūra has told Krishna and Balaram that I am here because I want to take you to Mathura, then Krishna and Balaram, they seek permission from Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj gives them the permission. And then there is this announcement made that next day they are going to start to Mathura. So in this, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we don't go into details of how exactly it happened, what was Nanda Maharaj's immediate reaction. All these details are given in Gopal Champu by Sri Jiva Goswami. There he goes into even greater detail about how Nanda Maharaj reacted initially and all, and what was the conversation that followed. That is there. We will see at the end of the class today, if we have the time. Otherwise, you can read it as homework. We'll see. Okay. When the gopis heard that Akrūra had come to take Krishna and Balaram away to Mathura, they became overwhelmed with anxiety. Some of them became so aggrieved that their faces turned black and they began to breathe warmly and had palpitations of the heart. They discovered that their hair and clothes immediately loosened. Hearing the news that Krishna and Balaram were leaving for Mathura, others who were engaged in household duties stopped working as if they had forgotten everything, like a person who is called forth to die and leave this world at once. Others immediately fainted due to separation from Krishna. Remembering his attractive smile and his talks with them, the gopis became overwhelmed with grief. They all remembered the characteristics of the personality of Godhead, how he moved within the area of Vrindavan, and how, with joking words, he attracted all their hearts. Thinking of Krishna and of their imminent separation from him, the gopis assembled together with heavily beating hearts. They were completely absorbed in the thought of Krishna, and with tears falling from their eyes, they spoke as follows. So what the gopis speak is described as which Gita?
Viraha Gita.
Viraha Gita, yes. See, so different gopis, different sets of gopis headed by one particular gopi. So it's like one gopi and her group, no? So each set of gopis, they are having different reactions after hearing that Krishna is going to leave Vrindavan. And this, and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that this set of gopis, others immediately fainted due to separation from Krishna. So this set of gopis was headed by Srimati Radharani. He explains in his commentary. So let's see. Oh Providence, you are so cruel. It appears that you do not know how to show mercy to others. By your arrangement, friends contact one another, but before they can fulfill their desires, you separate them. This is exactly like a child's game that has no meaning. It is very abominable that you arrange to show us beautiful Krishna, whose blushing curly hair beautifies his broad forehead and sharp nose, and who is always smiling to minimize all grief in this material world, and then arranged to separate him from us. O Providence, you are so cruel. But most astonishingly, you appear now as Akrūra, which means not cruel. In the beginning, we appreciated your workmanship in giving us these eyes to see the beautiful face of Krishna. But now, just like a foolish creature, you are taking away our eyes by not letting us see Krishna here any more.
Mm.
Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is also very cruel. He must always have new friends. He does not like to keep friendship for a long time with anyone. We gopis of Vrindavan, having left our homes, friends and relatives, have become Krishna's maid servants, but he is neglecting us and going away. He does not even look upon us, although we are completely surrendered unto him. Now all the young girls in Mathura will have the opportunity. They are expecting Krishna's arrival and they will enjoy his sweet smiling face and will drink its honey. Although we know that Krishna is very steady and determined, we are afraid that as soon as he sees the beautiful faces of the young girls in Mathura, he will forget himself. We fear he will become controlled by them and will forget us, for we are simply village girls. He will no longer be kind to us. We therefore do not expect Krishna to return to Vrindavan. He will not leave the company of the girls in Mathura.
Mathura.
So, see, previously, they said that Providence is very cruel. Then they said Akrūra also, his name is Akrūra, but actually he does not deserve his name. He is also cruel because Akrūra is also cruel. And then they are saying that Krishna also is cruel because he must have new friends. And the gopis, they are thinking that Krishna will not return to Vrindavan. See, the original plan was that Krishna, or that's what was told and decided by the elders when the elders gave permission to Krishna and Balaram to go to Mathura. The thought was that Krishna will kill Kamsa the next day, and on the second day he will return back to Vrindavan. So they are saying day after tomorrow Krishna will come back to Vrindavan. And that's how he got the permission of his parents, and that's how he got the permission of the elders in Vrindavan. But the gopis are saying that Krishna will not come back. They are saying Krishna will not come back. Yeah, Shailesh, you have your hand raised? Shailesh, you have your hand raised? His camera is frozen. Okay, we'll get back to him later. The gopis began to imagine the great functions in the city of Mathura. Krishna would pass through the streets, and the ladies and young girls of the city would see him from the balconies of their respective houses. Mathura city contained different communities such as Dasharha, Bhoja, Andhaka, and Satvata. All these communities were different branches of the same family in which Krishna appeared, namely the Yadu dynasty. They were all expecting the arrival of Krishna. It had already been ascertained that Krishna, who is the resting place of the goddess of fortune and the reservoir of all pleasure and transcendental qualities, was going to visit Mathura city. The gopis then began to condemn the activities of Akrūra. They said that he was taking Krishna, who was more dear than the dearest to them, and who was the pleasure of their eyes. He was being taken from their sight without their being informed or solaced by Akrūra. Akrūra should not have been so merciless, but should have taken compassion on them. So see, this is one very important point also to note, that Akrūra, the next day he just got onto the chariot to drive Krishna and Balaram back to Mathura. And he never solaced the gopis. He never tried to console the gopis. So it is described that actually he took an offense for that, and in a future pastime, during the episode of the Shyamataka jewel, then he had to suffer from the separation of Krishna because of this particular offense that he committed, that he did not try to solace the gopis. That later we will read the exact commentary at the end of the chapter. Yeah, Shailesh?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to say is that in this case,
it appears that the gopis are again getting puffed up. They are because their feeling of possessiveness, and then they are talking about Akrūra and the people of Vrindavan and everyone in such a way that they have the right to Krishna. So that was one thing, and I think after this, Krishna never comes back to Vrindavan, right?
Yeah, Krishna comes
Even
back to
though his
Vrindavan at
so
the
says
end
that
of
he
his
will by
pastimes.
the end.
Yeah. See, the Krishna, he comes back to Vrindavan at the end of his pastimes when he takes everyone back home, back to Godhead. But he's not coming back very soon. Yes, he comes towards the end also, end only. And regarding the gopis, see, the gopis are again the purest of the pure devotees. So there is no question of them committing an offense. They know nothing other than Krishna. So if Krishna is leaving, then it's their life, it's their soul, it's their everything. No, so for them to say that Akrūra is merciless, or for them to say Providence is cruel, it doesn't mean that they are being offensive or that they are being proud, because for them it's only Krishna all the way. So, and if it is for Krishna, then everything is it's not it's not offensive, because for them it is Krishna. Okay, why they are doing, why they are saying, is because of their love for Krishna, and which is at the highest level for them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The gopis went on to say, the most astonishing feature is that Krishna, the son of Nanda, without consideration, has already seated himself on the chariot. From this, it appears that Krishna is not very intelligent. Yet he may be very intelligent, but he is not very merciful. Not only Krishna, but all the cowherd men are so callous that they are already yoking the bulls and calves for the journey to Mathura. The elderly persons in Vrindavan are also merciless. They do not take our plight into consideration and stop Krishna's journey to Mathura. Even the demigods are very unkind to us. They are also not impeding his going to Mathura. The gopis prayed to the demigods to create some natural disturbance, such as a hurricane, storm, or heavy rainfall, so that Krishna could not go to Mathura. Then they began to consider, despite our parents and guardians, we shall personally stop Krishna from going to Mathura. We have no alternative but to take this direct action. Everyone has gone against us to take away Krishna from our sight. Without him, we cannot live for a moment. The gopis thus decided to obstruct the passage through which the chariot of Krishna was supposed to pass. So now they want to obstruct the chariot from going forward. So like that, they want to prevent Krishna from going to Mathura. So remember previously, so far, the gopis' emotions, their love, their feelings for Krishna was a secret. They would not openly declare it because of their shyness, because of the social customs. They are not openly revealing their feelings for Krishna. But right now, because Krishna is leaving Mathura, they don't want to hold themselves back in any way. It doesn't matter to them that now everybody would come to know of their feelings, their love, their emotions for Krishna. They began to talk among themselves. We have passed a very long night, which seems only a moment, engaged in the rasa dance with Krishna. We looked at his sweet smile and embraced him and talked with him. Now, how shall we live even for a moment if he goes away from us? At the end of the day, in the evening, along with his elder brother Balaram, Krishna would return home with his friends. His face would be smeared with the dust raised by the hoofs of the cows, and he would smile and play on his flute and look upon us so kindly. How shall we be able to forget him? How shall we be able to forget Krishna, who is our life and soul? He has already taken away our hearts in so many ways throughout our days and nights. And if he goes away, there is no possibility of our continuing to live. Thinking like this, the gopis became more and more grief-stricken at Krishna's leaving Vrindavan. They could not check their minds and they began to cry loudly, calling the different names of Krishna. Oh, dear Damodara, dear Madhava. So see, again now they are openly calling out the names of Krishna and openly displaying their love for Krishna. So now they are thinking that even if our parents, our family are to refuse us and are to if they don't allow us to live in their homes also, and we have to live outside our homes also, it does not matter, because now Krishna is leaving Vrindavan, and somehow or the other we have to stop Krishna from going. They are not worried about anything else. So they are openly displaying their love for Krishna. The gopis cried all night before the departure of Krishna. As soon as the sun rose, Akrūra finished his morning bath, got on the chariot, and started for Mathura with Krishna and Balaram. Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men got up on bullock carts after loading them with big earthen pots filled with yogurt, milk, ghee, and other milk products, and then they began to follow the chariot of Krishna and Balaram. In spite of Krishna's asking the gopis not to obstruct their way, they all surrounded the chariot and stood up to see Krishna with pitiable eyes. So just see this photo. Very, very nice painting of how the gopis are preventing the chariot from going forward. And they stood up to see Krishna with pitiable eyes. Krishna was very much affected upon seeing the plight of the gopis, but his duty was to start for Mathura, for this was foretold by Narada. Krishna therefore consoled the gopis. He told them that they should not be aggrieved. He was coming back very soon after finishing his business, but they could not be persuaded to disperse. So Krishna tried to console them, but they were not convinced. No, they were not convinced. They always thought that Krishna will not return. Yeah,
How
Shailesh?
old? Oh,
Why does he say that he will return very soon when he knows that he will not return?
Because he is trying to
Because
console
he's
them.
being God. He
Yeah,
knows what is going to happen in the
he knows what is going to happen in the future. So he's trying to console them. And also come back soon. Soon is a very relative word. No, soon for him may be a different calculation. For them may be a different calculation. From the point of view of spiritual calculation, so we know the time. Time is something that's different according to earthly calculation, according to heavenly planets, according to Goloka. So soon is a very relative word. He's not saying that I will come back day after tomorrow. He's saying I will come back soon. And he's also trying to console them.
how old was he?
He's in his 12th year.
Oh.
11 years, 6 months.
Okay.
The chariot, however, began to head west, and as it proceeded, the minds of the gopis followed it as far as possible. They watched the flag on the chariot as long as it was visible. Finally, they could see only the dust of the chariot in the distance. The gopis did not move from their places, but stood until the chariot could not be seen at all. They remained standing still as if they were painted pictures. All the gopis decided that Krishna was not returning immediately, and with greatly disappointed hearts, they returned to their respective homes. Being greatly disturbed by the absence of Krishna, they simply thought all day and night about his pastimes and thus derived some consolation. So now the chariot has gone away from Vrindavan. See, another aspect that we need to remember is actually Krishna never left Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna always is there in Vrindavan. It's just that he is not manifest. He's not visible to the eyes, but he is always there in Vrindavan. Krishna can never leave Vrindavan. So going back to the time when Krishna appeared from the womb of Devaki in the prison house of Kamsa, remember the acharyas explained that actually Yashoda also at that time, she had given birth to twins, Krishna and Durga Devi or Yogamaya. And when Vasudev took the Krishna that appeared from the womb of Devaki all the way to Gokul, that time he did not see Krishna by the side of Yashoda. He only saw Yogamaya, no, the baby girl that was born to Yashoda. So then the Krishna that was brought by Vasudev and the Krishna that was by the side of Yashoda, they merged into each other. Yashoda gave birth to the two-handed Krishna, and Devaki, from Devaki's womb appeared Krishna in the four-handed form. Remember? So then that four-handed form of Krishna, upon the request of Devaki, then he changed from the four-handed form to the two-handed form. So now again, the Krishna that is leaving Vrindavan is not the Krishna that had appeared from the womb of Yashoda. That Krishna always remains in Vrindavan, though he is not manifest to the eyes of everyone. And the other Krishna is the one who is going away from Vrindavan. The Lord, accompanied by Akrūra and Balaram, traveled in the chariot with great speed toward the bank of the Yamunā. Simply taking a bath in the Yamunā, anyone can diminish the reactions of his sinful activities. Krishna and Balaram took their baths in the river and washed their faces. After drinking the transparent, crystal clear water of the Yamunā, they took their seats again on the chariot. The chariot was standing underneath the shade of big trees, and the two brothers sat down there. Akrūra then took their permission to also take a bath in the Yamunā. According to the Vedic ritual, after taking a bath in a river, one should stand at least half submerged and murmur the Gayatri mantra. Yeah, Shailesh?
Does this also signify change in the life of Krishna? Because now he is moving from the Leela, from Bal Leela to more mature. And also he will never play the flute again, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Once he leaves Vrindavan, he will never play the flute again, right?
Yes, that's true. Flute is only for Vrindavan.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so coming back here. So now, as they are on the chariot and they are on their way, they stop on the banks of the river Yamunā, and Krishna and Balaram take their bath in the river Yamunā, and after that they are seated on the chariot again, because the chariot is placed under the shade of a tree, and they are sitting there. And then Akrūra also goes to take a bath, seeking the permission of Krishna and Balaram. Akrūra also goes to take a bath in the river Yamunā. So meanwhile, Krishna and Balaram are seated on the chariot below the tree under the shade. And what is he doing here? He's there half submerged in the Yamunā, and he's murmuring the Gayatri mantra. So this Gayatri mantra is a mantra that is given in ISKCON when we receive our second initiation. And this Gayatri mantra now is chanted by people without qualification also, because they think it can be done anytime, any place, anywhere, under any circumstances, but it's not like that. It's not like the Mahamantra, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra can be chanted without any rules and regulations. But chanting the Gayatri mantra, first of all, one should receive it from a bona fide guru. One should have the Brahmanical initiation. The Brahmins can chant the mantra, and this mantra should be chanted during a particular time of the day, under particular circumstances, facing a particular direction. It's not that anyone, anywhere, anyhow can chant this mantra. So many people are chanting the mantra without any consideration. One should be careful. There are rules and regulations for chanting the Gayatri mantra. As I said, a particular time in a particular direction and a particular circumstances, and only particular people can chant. Just because one is born in a Brahmin family does not mean that one is a Brahmin. So remember, what one is, whether one is a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, depends on guna and karma, according to one's activities and according to one's qualities. Just because one has taken birth in a Brahmin family, but if he's not doing the activities of a Brahmin, if he's not doing the duties of a Brahmin, and if he's not having the habits or the qualities of a Brahmin, if he's born a Brahmin family and engaging in meat eating, intoxication, he's smoking, drinking, having illicit relationships, gambling, then he is not a Brahmin, and then therefore he is not qualified to chant this Gayatri mantra. This Gayatri mantra, only the Brahmins who are Brahmins by guna and karma, they are allowed to chant. And then when they receive it from the spiritual master, they are given the proper instructions on how to do it. So, you know, half-baked information is very, very dangerous. So some information people would know, but they don't have full information. So they think they know a lot. Then they start to recite some mantras, but then it'll bring about, they will end up committing offenses because of the half-baked information that they have. Okay. While he was standing in the river, Akrūra suddenly saw Balaram and Kṛṣṇa within the water. He was surprised to see them. He was surprised to see them there because he was confident that they were sitting on the chariot. Confused, he immediately came out of the water and went to see where the boys were, and he was very much surprised to see that they were sitting on the chariot as before. When he saw them on the chariot, he began to wonder whether he had mistakenly seen them in the water. He therefore went back to the river. So Akrūra, when he's bathing in the water, he sees Kṛṣṇa and Balaram. So he is thinking, oh, but they were on the chariot. So he goes to check, are they in the chariot or have they come back in the water? He goes there and he says, oh, they are still stationed on the chariot. So now he's thinking, did I see them actually in the water or not? So he's confused, no? But actually Kṛṣṇa and Balaram simultaneously, they were on the chariot also, and plus they were also giving the vision to Akrūra. This time he saw not only Balaram and Kṛṣṇa there, but many of the demigods and all the Siddhas, Charanas and Gandharvas. They were all bowing down before the Lord. He also saw Lord Sheshanaga with thousands of hoods. Lord Sheshanaga was covered with bluish garments and his necks were all white. The white necks of Sheshanag appeared exactly like snow-capped mountains. On the coiled lap of Sheshanaga, Kṛṣṇa was sitting very soberly with four hands. His eyes were like the reddish petals of the lotus flower. So here, this vision Kṛṣṇa is giving to Akrūra, where he's seeing all the Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas. These are all the residents of the higher planetary systems, musicians and other residents of the higher planetary systems. He's seeing Sheshanag. And Kṛṣṇa is giving him this vision, where Kṛṣṇa is in the four-handed Narayan form, and he's on the lap of Sheshanag. Yeah, Shreya, you have your hand raised?
So Akrūra already knew, right, that Kṛṣṇa and Balaram were like, God. So
Yes.
then why he was confused when he saw them in the water? Is it because knowing is different and then actually looking at them?
Yes, yeah. Because, yeah, you know, but when you actually see something like that in front of your eyes, then it's a different experience. Yeah, Shailesh?
Why does he give them? Why does he give them this? Why does he give Akrūra the darshan of this form? Because he never does it for anyone from Vrindavan.
So remember,
So why does he
Akrūra,
give it for?
Akrūra also is a pure devotee. So he's
Yes.
reciprocating with the devotion of Akrūra.
But he never does it for anyone from Vrindavan.
Vrindavan, he will not show the 400 form. Remember, the 200 form of Krishna is superior to the 400 form. In Vrindavan, he is not interested in showing his form as Mahavishnu to any of the residents of Vrindavan. And even if he is going to show it, they are not interested in seeing that form. They are only happy to see Krishna in the 200 form of being an ordinary cowherd boy, because that is the rasa, that is the mellow that they share with Krishna. Rajavasis are not interested in that.
तो इथे बसणार आहे का तिथे बसणार आहे?
What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, Shri Radhe Hari Devidasi, you have your hand raised?
Hare Krishna Mataji, you said that Akrūra was a true, pure devotee, says that in the purport too, but then you say that he did aparadh to the gopis for not consoling them when he took Krishna Balaram away from her vision, and they were very heartbroken as though they were dead, But the thing is, if he's a pure devotee, it says in the purport, it's believable, but the thing is, the pure devotees also do aparadh to the pure devotees, like gopis did aparadh, like didn't console them.
Yeah, so we should not think that if we think that they are committing an aparadh, then we will be committing an aparadh. So we have to be very, very careful.
No,
So,
not thinking like that, just
yeah,
asking.
yeah. So we just repeat what the acharyas say. So this is what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, that because he did not console the gopis, therefore he had to take the reaction for it, and then for some time he had to face separation from Krishna in that Shyamataka jewel episode. Somehow he was implicated. in that in that episode. Okay, so that we will see when we come to Krishna book. But see, even if a devotee commits a mistake unknowingly, right, then Krishna will quickly bring him back on track. That's the point we have to remember. Even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, no, that even if my devotee commits a mistake knowingly or unknowingly, then also we should not find fault with that person, because I will bring him back on track quickly. So even if a pure devotee appears to deviate or appears to commit some mistake knowingly or unknowingly, then Krishna will quickly bring him back on track. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You're welcome. In other words, after returning to the Yamuna, Akrūra saw Balaram turning into Sheshanag and Krishna turn into Mahavishnu. He saw the four-handed Supreme Personality of Godhead smiling very beautifully. The Lord was very pleasing to all and was looking toward everyone with a merciful glance. He appeared beautiful with his raised nose, broad forehead, attractive ears, and reddish lips. His arms, reaching to the knees, were very strongly built. His shoulders were high, his chest was very broad, and his neck was shaped like a conch shell. His navel was very deep, and his abdomen was marked with 3 lines. His hips were broad and big, resembling those of a woman, and his thighs resembled the trunks of elephants. The other parts of his legs, the joints and the lower extremities, were all very beautiful. The nails of his feet were dazzling, and his toes were as beautiful as the petals of the lotus flower. His helmet was decorated with very valuable jewels. There was a nice belt around his waist, and he wore a sacred thread across his broad chest. Bangles were on his hands and armlets on the upper portion of his arms. He wore bells on his ankles. He possessed dazzling beauty, and his palms were like lotus flowers. He was further beautified by the different emblems of the Vishnu Murti, the conch shell, club, disc, and lotus flower, which he held in his 4 hands. His chest was marked with the particular signs of Vishnu, and he wore fresh flower garlands. All in all, he was very beautiful to look at. So see such detailed description we have of how exactly Mahavishnu was looking when Akrūra had that vision in the waters. So he actually is seeing now Krishna in the form of Mahavishnu. Akrūra also saw his lordship surrounded by intimate associates like the 4 Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara, and the other associates like Sunanda and Nanda, as well as demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva. The 9 great learned sages were there, and also the devotees like Prahlad and Narada and the 8 Vasus. All were engaged in offering prayers to the Lord with clean hearts and pure words. So Akrūra saw. Now he is seeing all the intimate associates of Krishna. So who are the 4 Kumaras? They are the sons of
Brahma.
Brahma.
Yeah, the 4 Kumaras are the sons of Lord Brahma, no? And then Sunanda and Nanda are actually the gatekeepers of Krishna. They are the eternal gatekeepers of Krishna. Then demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva and the 9 great learned sages were there. So here we have in the Srimad Bhagavatam, who are these 9 great sages? The 9 principal rishis or sages are Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Brigu, Vashishta, and Atharva. So these are the names of the 9 great rishis. They are also called as the Prajapatis because they help to populate the universe. So Brahma is the creator, and it was also one of his services to populate the universe. So therefore, these 9 sons of Brahma, they help to populate the universe. They got married to the 9 daughters of Kardama Muni. See here, Kardama Muni handed over his daughter Kala to Marichi and another daughter Anusuya to Atri. He delivered Shraddha to Angira and Havidbhu to Pulastya. He delivered Gati to Pulaha and Chase Kriya to Kratu, Khyati to Brigu and Arundhati to Vashishta. He delivered Shanti to Atharva. So these 9 great rishis were married to the 9 daughters of Kardama Muni and they helped to populate the universe. Therefore, they are called as Prajapatis. Yeah, Shreya?
So, Sunanda and Nanda, you said they are the gatekeepers of Krishna, right? So, then who are Jai and Vijay? Or they are gatekeepers in Vaikuntha and this is Goloka?
Yeah, but there are more than one or two. See, there are the Padma Purana lists, I'm reading here. The Padma Purana lists 18 doorkeepers of the Lord. Nanda, Sunanda, Jaya, Vijaya, Chanda. So they are also there in that 18. There are 18 doorkeepers. Nanda, Sunanda, Jaya, Vijaya, Chanda, Prachanda, Bhadra, Subhadra, Dhata, Vidata, Kumuda, Kumudaksha, Pundariksha, Vamana, Shankukarna, Sarvanetra, Sumukha, and Supratishthita. This is there in your Srimad Bhagavatam 12.11.20. So there are 18 doorkeepers of the Lord.
So, this is for Vaikuntha, right? Not Goloka.
Goloka, no, these are Vaikuntha, yes. Vaikuntha doorkeepers. Then here we read about the 8 Vasus. So here we have the names of the 8 Vasus. Drona, Prana, Dhruva, Akra, Agni, Dosha, Vastu, and Vibhavasu. So do you relate these 8 Vasus to Mahabharata in any way?
Drona is the guru of five
Pandava.
Pandavas. Yeah.
No, this is not that Drona.
Okay.
Drona, yes, you
So there
picked the
were
right
some.
name, the connection to Mahabharata.
Dhruva.
So there were some. So there were some Vasus who were cursed cursed, and they were born to the king of Hastinapur, and then Ganga, who was then married to the king, had immersed and therefore killed, I think, 6 of his children. And she had asked him to vow never to ask her why she's doing something. And then on the 7th child, she asks her or tells her to stop. And then she narrates the stories, and I think she tells them that they were the Vasus who were cursed, and along with him. So he was in heaven at a time, and she was an Apsara, and then he looked at her with some eyes, and then because of that they were all cursed
Okay,
for this
so
to happen.
okay, so most of your story is correct. Some of that requires some corrections. Okay, so first of all, 8 Vasus, they are the demigods. They are not demons. They are 8 demigods, devatas, but they made the mistake of stealing the cow of Vashishta Muni. So Vashishta Muni cursed them to take birth on earth because they are behaving like ordinary living entities. So he said, okay, therefore you take birth on earth, no? And then they asked for forgiveness. So after when they asked for forgiveness, he said, okay, 7 of you, immediately upon taking birth on earth, you will attain liberation. You will be freed from the curse. No, you will come back to your positions in the higher planetary systems. But except one person who was the head of that gang, the chief planner, the one who committed the crime, he will have to live an extraordinary long life on the planet because of the offense that he has committed. So that one person, the
Bhishma.
head of them was, yes,
That was
was Drona
Bhishma.
here,
Bhishma.
the 8 Vasus, Drona. And then he came as Bhishma. So the Mother Ganges, when she was drowning her newborn kids soon after birth, was because she was actually releasing them from the curse. So 7 children she drowned, but the 8th was stopped by Shantanu. And that was Bhishma Dev. So this is how you connect these 8 Vasus to Mahabharata.
But Mataji, this Vasishta Muni is just a rishi, right? And the 8 Vasus, they have higher power than Vasishta Muni, right? They are demigods. How can he curse the demigods?
Sages are very, very powerful. You have one sage, Bhrigu Muni, he even cursed Lord Vishnu, right? Remember?
Oh, okay.
So remember the story of how Bhrigu Muni, see here only we have his name. He was married to Khyati. Where is that? Let's see. See, Khyati was married to Bhrigu. So the story is that Bhrigu Muni was away from home and Khyati was alone. and some demons were being chased by the devatas to be killed by the devatas. So that time they entered Khyati's house to seek protection, and Khyati thought that because they have taken protection, it's my duty to protect them. So Khyati, by her mystic powers, she had mystic powers. No, so what she did was she froze Indra. Indra is the head of the devatas, king of the devatas. So she froze Indra, and Indra could not move forward. Then Lord Vishnu came and he saw that Indra has been frozen and Khyati is not allowing to kill these demons. So therefore he beheaded Khyati. Meanwhile, Bhrigu Muni has returned home and he sees that his wife has been beheaded. So he curses Lord Vishnu that just as how you have caused me to be separate from my wife, you will also have to live separately from your wife. And therefore then there was separation between Ram and Sita. So,
Oh, okay.
so what demigods, the sages are so powerful that they can even curse the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even Gandhari, she cursed Kṛṣṇa, no? Even Gandhari cursed
Oh, yeah.
Kṛṣṇa that his dynasty will be destroyed. But of course, again, we have to understand that God will not come under anybody's curse. He can override any curse. But to keep the respect of such great personalities, therefore, he respects the curse and he accepts the curse. So Kṛṣṇa could have
Okay.
easily overwritten the curse of Gandhari. But to keep the respect of such a chaste and woman Gandhari who has done so much tapasya, therefore to respect that, he accepted the curse of Gandhari. So we understand it like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Hari, you have your hand raised?
Yeah. So basically, that eight Vasus and Bhishmas are technically siblings then at the
Yes,
end,
yes,
right?
yes, correct.
Okay. Basically siblings. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Okay. After seeing the transcendental personality of Godhead, Akrūra immediately became overwhelmed with joy and great devotion, and all over his body there was transcendental shivering. Although for the moment he was bewildered, he retained his clear consciousness and bowed down his head before the Lord. With folded hands and faltering voice, he began to offer prayers to the Lord. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 39th chapter of Kṛṣṇa, Akrūra's return journey and his vision of Viṣṇuloka within the Yamunā river. So in the next chapter, we will see what are the prayers that Akrūra offers to the Lord. So that is in the...
Before you go to next chapter, Mataji, I have a question. Can you go back to the previous slide? I want to know where is Bhishma in that. I couldn't find.
Drona then was
Uh-huh.
born as Bhishma.
Oh, okay.
But this
Thanks.
Drona is not the Dronacharya of Mahabharata. They are two different
Okay.
personalities, okay? All right. So now we'll see here what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. See the translation of verse 32. But even as the gopis cried out in this way, Akrūra, having at sunrise performed his morning worship and other duties, began to drive the chariot. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, Akrūra disrespected the gopis by not comforting them and saying, O Mother Yashoda, please forgive my offense, because I am simply the servant of the king. I promise that with my own hand I will bring Kṛṣṇa back to you. Some expert Rasika Vaishnavas say that because of this disrespect or offense, Akrūra was later separated from Kṛṣṇa during the Shyamataka jewel episode, driven unhappily from Dwaraka, and forced to take up an ignoble residence in Varanasi. Completing his morning duties such as bathing, puja, and sandhya rites, Akrūra mounted the chariot. So because he did not console the gopis, then later he had to be separated from Kṛṣṇa and he was forced to take up residence in Varanasi. So that we will see when we see the Shyamataka jewel chapter. Then somebody may wonder, but what is Yashoda's reaction? There is no description of Yashoda's reaction when she heard that Kṛṣṇa is going to leave Vrindavan. So let's see. Again, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains. Some authorities say that Sukadeva Goswami was so absorbed in the gopis' lamentation at this time, he could not describe the lamentation of Yashoda. Other authorities say that Yashoda was repeatedly assured by Nanda, the cowherd men, and her peers among the Vraja gopis that there was no need to worry because her son, who was very eager to see the festivities of the Dhanur Yagya, was going in the company of his father. They said, when the time comes, Nanda Baba will feed him and then Kṛṣṇa will sleep comfortably in his father's lap. After a day in Mathura, Kṛṣṇa will return to Vraja with his father. Why should we be in anxiety? So initially, if you see the see in the Gopal Champu written by Sri Jiva Goswami, he explains how when Krishna seeked permission from his father Nanda Maharaj, and he tells him that actually Akrūra has come to take us to Mathura, and this is the reason. That time Yashoda was behind a curtain, no, and she heard it, and immediately she fainted. And even Nanda Maharaj fainted because they didn't want Krishna to leave Vrindavan. But then they were revived, and Krishna, he assured Nanda Maharaj that this is important, because if I don't go, then Kamsa will create disturbance in Vrindavan. But if I go there, I will be able to successfully kill Kamsa, and then there will be peace in the entire kingdom with the fall of Kamsa. So like that, Krishna assures Nanda Maharaj. And therefore, then Nanda Maharaj calls for the other elders in the family, and there is this meeting, and then the decision is made that Krishna can go to Mathura. And also, they consult with astrologers. It is described in Gopal Champu how Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they consulted with astrologers also, and they asked, is it auspicious that Krishna goes to Mathura? And they say, yes, definitely Krishna will be able to kill Kamsa, and after the death of Kamsa, then the kingdom will be peaceful. No, so like this, then after they consult astrologers also, then the decision is made that yes, Krishna can go. And then Yashoda is consoled by saying that, oh, Krishna will go there, he will be able to kill Kamsa, and day after tomorrow he will come back. And Nanda Maharaj is going with him, so he will feed him on time, he will feed him properly, he will make him sleep on time. So what is there to worry? Why to cry, and why to lament? The day after tomorrow, Krishna will come back, and he will be taken good care of by his father, because Nanda Maharaj is going with Krishna. So this is what has happened. If you read the detail in Gopal Champu, I have put the slides here. Here, see, if you start from here till the end of the chapter, you can see the detail of how this whole episode unfolded. And here, let's see what we have more. As he departed, that best of the Yadus saw how the gopis were lamenting, and thus he consoled them by sending a messenger with this loving promise, I will return. So as Krishna's chariot was moving away, even Krishna was feeling heartbroken. So he sent a message through a messenger, and that message said that I will return. When? That he does not say in that message here. Let's see. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, Sarartha Darshani excerpt, says, seeing the gopis burning in torment, that best of the Yadus, who was now inclined to protect the Yadus, consoled the gopis by sending through messengers thousands of assurances to increase their faith, so that they would regain their full consciousness. So why he did this? So that they can regain their consciousness, and so that their faith can be increased. And he has sent thousands of assurances. Krishna said, oh, why? Krishna said, I will return quickly, just as your hearts are breaking at the thought of our separation. Similarly, my heart is also breaking. I am dependent on you. When with the tongue of my mind I lick the sweet liquor of your sweet smiling sidelong glances, which are rarely found in all the three worlds, my life becomes fulfilled. If I do not return the day after tomorrow, then both you and I will lose our lives. But if I live because of a long lifespan, or because of expectations of reunion, this life will be more painful than a million deaths. Thus Krishna solaced the gopis with such words, imbued with the nectar of pure love. So this is the effect of Krishna also. Even he is so deeply affected by the separation from the gopis. So because see, he's saying here, if I do not return the day after tomorrow, then both you and I will lose our lives. And even if I live a long life, then that life will be more painful than a million deaths, Krishna is saying. So we saw the effect on Yashoda, we saw the effect on Krishna, we saw the effect of Krishna going to Mathura, even on the gopis in Vrindavan.
So he is saying that he will return a day after tomorrow?
No.
He says, if I do not return the day after
If I do not
tomorrow.
return the day after tomorrow, then both you and I. So he's saying that if I don't return day after tomorrow, then. So he's saying, indirectly, he's saying that possibility is there if I do not.
Okay.
So this I will leave for homework. You can read this when I share the slides in the group. So on that note, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Mataji, one question that you mentioned was Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. You said there are two Krishna. One doesn't live in Vrindavan and the one who left with Akrūra is different. Can you explain that a little bit?
So there are two Krishnas. One Krishna who was born from the womb of Yashoda, that Krishna always remained there. He's Vrajanandana Krishna. So he always remains in Vrindavan, although he's not manifest uh, to the eyes, but he always remains there. So in one sense, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So when Vasudev brought the Krishna, see, remember, she had given birth to the 400 form of Krishna, which is the Vishnu manifestation of Krishna. So when he brought that Krishna from Mathura to Vrindavan, those two Krishnas, they merged, they became one. And now when again Krishna is leaving Vrindavan, it is that Krishna who appeared in Mathura who was going now back to Mathura. But the Krishna that appeared from the womb of Yashoda, he always remains there, although he is not manifest to the eyes.
Thank you.
But when did Krishna appear to Yashoda?
When Yashoda gave birth to Yogamaya, she actually gave birth to two children, one boy and one girl.
Okay.
But
That's
Yashoda
it.
didn't know because she had fainted after childbirth. And when Vasudev went there also, he only saw the baby girl. He didn't see the baby boy. So those two boys, those two Krishnas, then they merged as one.
But then there was Yogamaya in
Next to Yashoda also, yes.
no, in Mathura as well, right? Because
she was the one who was taken. Then that was so what according to Vasudev, what he did was he switched the children. He took the girl and he left his son. Right. So that girl he took was actually born from Yashoda's womb, and he took her to Mathura, saying that Devaki has given birth to a girl child. So that was Yogamaya. But when Kamsa saw her, it was Mahamaya again, because again, Yogamaya always deals with the devotees and Mahamaya deals with the demons. So that Yogamaya now became Mahamaya in front of Kamsa, because Kamsa cannot even see Yogamaya. He's a demon.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But Mataji, in this last thing, actually, Krishna, he specifies that he's going to come back day after tomorrow. But little before that, he just says, I'll come back, which means he doesn't specify when exactly. So actually, did he specify when he's going to come back, or he
So
just said, I will come
when
back?
you read the quotes, actually the exact quote is Krishna sent a message, I will return. That's the exact quote that is given in quotation marks. But generally it was believed, because when they consulted with the astrologers also. See, if you see this Gopal Champu, wait, let me share again 1 second. See, when they consulted with astrologers, there's one Purnamasi, whom they also consulted, and she also can foretell what is happening in the future. See, it's not cowards, it's cow herds, oh God. When the cowherds were considering in this way, powerful Purnamasi suddenly appeared. When asked by Nanda, she said with affection, your going to Mathura will bring bliss to all. Kamsa and his cruel cohorts will be destroyed. But I see that Krishna's return will be delayed. Therefore, decide what should be done. So she actually Purnamasi makes a prediction that yes, it's true, he will go to Mathura, it is all auspicious, he will be able to kill Kamsa. But I see, so she's making the prediction, but I see that Krishna's return will be delayed. Therefore, decide what should be done. Then Upananda said, if the enemies are killed, then returning without delay is the best. So then Upananda, the elder brother Nanda Maharaj, saying, no, but why should there be a delay? If once he is killed, then it's better to return without delay. So better that let him go, because we need that Kamsa is killed, because Kamsa is creating a lot of disturbance. So therefore, better it is that Kamsa is killed. So like that, they are saying that no, he will go, he will kill, and he will come back. They do not know that then Krishna's parents will not allow him to come back. No, because now Devaki and Vasudev also know that once Krishna goes to Vrindavan, he will not come back to us. So they don't give him permission to go to Vrindavan. That's one of the reasons. external reasons.
So Mataji, in this chapter, he leaves with Akrūra without the permission of his parents.
No, parents are given him permission to go. No, they tell him that, okay, yes, you go, because the astrologers have already said that it's important for you to go. And Krishna also convinces his father that if I don't go, then Kamsa will come here to Vrindavan and create disturbance. So better I only go there and I kill him there. Why to create disturbance? So like that, Krishna convinces his father. And then the father and the mother, they consult with astrologers. The astrologers say that yes, Krishna will be able to kill Kamsa. So it will be auspicious, him going to Mathura. So therefore, they give him permission to go.
The reason I asked, because right now you said that parents didn't give, because they knew that Vasudev and Devaki will not let him return. So
They don't know. I said that they do not know that Vasudeva and Devaki will not give them permission to go. Vasudeva and Devaki are in Mathura. So once Krishna kills Kamsa and he's in Mathura, then they say, oh, Krishna, you stay with us. You have been separated from us for 11, 12 years. So now you stay with us. Now you don't go back to Vrindavan. I said that Vasudeva and Devaki did not give permission to Krishna to go back to Vrindavan from Mathura.
Acha, thank you.
But Sri Krishna was assuring the gopis that he will come back day after tomorrow.
No, he said, I will return. When he returns, he has not said that, right? His quotation there is, I will return.
But towards the end, he says, no, that I will come day after tomorrow.
Let me share the slides.
That sentence is, if I do not return day after tomorrow, then
Yes.
you and me will die, something like that.
Yes. Let me share the slides 1 second. See here, from the Gopal Champu. No, it was, this was in the commentary of Srila Viṣṇuloka Thakur. Krishna said, I will return quickly. Just as your hearts are breaking at the thought of our separation, similarly, my heart is also breaking. I am dependent on you. When with the tongue of my mind, I lick the sweet liquor of your sweet smiling sidelong glances, which are rarely found in all the three worlds, my life becomes fulfilled. If I do not return the day after tomorrow, then both you and I will lose our lives. But if I live because of a long lifespan, so he's talking both ways. Now he's talking, if this happens, then I will not be able to live. If this happens, then if at all I live also, then that will be more painful than a million deaths. See here.
I think is he mentioning about if Kamsa kill him, or if is that what it is?
No. He is very confident that Kamsa is not going to kill him. Because they remember they laughed when they heard the plans of Kamsa.
Okay.
So that is that is not an option at all. They are not thinking like that. See, where is that? He sent a message.
I think it was on the same slide, right?
Here is it?
Yeah, see,
Yeah, it was in the same slide.
Here, see. This is the translation of the Bhagavatam shloka. He consoled them by sending a messenger with this loving promise, I will return. See, this is the quote,
Okay.
I will return.
Okay. So it's no assertion. He is not assuring like exactly when. He's kept them in the doubt on both the sides, right? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, they don't know still, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they don't know that Krishna is actually the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. That is not yet revealed to them. Krishna has been informed by Akrūra, and Akrūra has been informed by Narada. But still, Devaki and Vasudeva do not know that Krishna is the son of, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj do not know that Krishna is the son of Nanda and, what am I? Yashoda and
Devaki
Nanda
and the
Maharaj do not
Vasudeva.
know yet that Krishna is the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Okay, Priyanka, you have your hand raised.
One second. I just wanted to ask a question here. You said that Nanda Maharaj doesn't know that Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, but I think he had consulted an astrologer and he had given a indirect suggestion that he's the son of Vasudeva.
Yeah, Garga Muni, during the naming ceremony of
Yeah.
Krishna, he said indirectly. Indirectly, he said, and he also said that he's Narayana Sama. He is equal to Narayan. But exactly the kids were changed and actually he appeared from all those details he does not know.
I think he had told him later on when I think when they consult him again, because some Rakshasas have come to the town and they consult him again, then I think he almost tells them that this is what it is.
Okay, so we'll have to check it up.
Because what yeah. And the other two things that I wanted to ask, one is that why do the people of Vrindavan think that he will come back? Because if he is going to eliminate the current ruler of Mathura, won't it be that he becomes the de facto ruler of Mathura then?
No, not
If Krishna
necessary.
kills the
He never
ruler.
became. Anyway, he never became. No, Ugrasena was crowned king. Because Kamsa's father, who was imprisoned, then Krishna crowns Ugrasena as the king. And it's not etiquette that the grandson is on the throne when the grandfather is... Actually, the rightful person on the throne should have been... It's etiquette that Ugrasena has again given back his throne after killing Kamsa. So, and that's what Krishna does.
Yes, but then he had eliminated Kamsa, so he would be the power behind the throne in any case. So it would be difficult for him to come back. I would feel that if the people of Vrindavan were considering it, then they would consider this fact as well.
Yeah, so people of Vrindavan are ordinary village people. They are very simple people. They don't think about power and thrones and all those things. They are very simple village people. They know that Krishna belongs to me. So therefore, they cannot imagine that Krishna will not be in Vrindavan because Krishna loves Vrindavan and Vrindavan loves Krishna. So for them to think that Krishna will not come back is not an option at all. They think that Krishna will definitely come back. He'll finish up his business and he will come back. For them to think that Krishna will not come to Vrindavan is something that's unimaginable. They are simple village people.
Mataji, the Krishna in Vrindavan and the Krishna in Barsana, Dwarka, and so they're different from one another?
Yeah, Krishna in Vrindavan is different, and the other Krishna who leaves Vrindavan, that Krishna is different. Then that Krishna goes to Dwarka also. That is Vrajanandana Krishna, the one who never leaves Vrindavan, technically. He's always there. Only he is not appearing in the vision.
One last thing.
There is a lot of disturbance. Once again, Priyanka, you have your hand raised since long.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I have some questions. Just wondering that when you were talking about the merging part and then the separation part, so just wondering, is there any intent in the future when Krishna or Vrindavan will manifest?
Towards the end, when Krishna goes back to... When Krishna goes back to Vrindavan to take all the residents of Vrindavan back home, back to Godhead, that's when they actually see Krishna manifesting before their eyes. But it's not that the Vrajanandana Krishna manifests before their eyes, before that at any point of time. Krishna always remains invisible. But they do see Krishna. Actually, the gopis also, they travel to Kurukshetra and that time they see Krishna. But then they say that, oh, this is not the Krishna that we want. This is not the Krishna that we love. This is not our Krishna. Because now they are not seeing Vrajanandana Krishna. They are seeing Krishna in all opulence. No? And Krishna, they are not attracted to that form of Krishna with all the opulence as the king, as the crown, with the jewelry. He's not a cowherd boy anymore. So they say that, oh, this is not our Krishna. So that time they see Krishna when they go to travel to Kurukshetra during an eclipse, then they come back, and then towards the end again, that's the time when they actually see again Krishna face to face, when he goes to Vrindavan. But he doesn't manifest himself like that to their vision.
So it means that Krishna of Vrindavan never manifest and will never manifest unless he is merged with Krishna of Devti and Vasudev.
No, it's not that unless he is merged with that, he can manifest. I mean, if you're talking about now, there are a lot of devotees who can see Krishna. It depends on your spiritual advancement. But I'm saying from the point of view of what happened during Krishna's manifest pastimes. It's not that the Rajanandana Krishna became manifest. Because again, we have to remember the higher spiritual truth is there is more love in separation than there is in union. It's called Vipralamba Bhav. So the Madhura Ras between the gopis and the Krishna is that of separation. Vipralamba Bhav, where there is more ecstasy, more love and separation. So therefore, Krishna doesn't manifest before their eyes, not because they are not qualified, but because their relationship, their rasa, their mellow is that of Vipralamba Bhav.
Yes. And then one more question regarding Akrūra, that he was punished later on for not consoling the gopis, but he actually consoled the gopis, right? By saying that I will return Krishna back. I will myself bring Krishna back to you. Then why was he punished, Akrūra?
See, when it's described that he had his bath and he climbed onto the chariot, and the gopis were trying to stop the chariot at the time, he did not console the gopis. He was just ready on the chariot as the driver of the chariot to take Krishna away. So because at that time he didn't console the gopis, therefore he took this offense. It is described by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that he took his morning bath and he immediately mounted on the chariot and he was ready to drive.
Mataji, but
He did not say that. Where does it say? Wait, let us go back again to our presentation. See, Akrūra disrespected the gopis by not comforting them and saying, "Oh, Mother Yashoda, please forgive my offense because I am simply the servant of the king. I promise that with my own hand I will bring Krishna back to you." So he did not say this, is described. It does not say that he did say this.
Oh, okay. I thought he told to Yashoda at least.
No,
Okay.
see, Akrūra disrespected the gopis by not comforting them and saying. So he did not
Okay.
say this.
Okay, Mataji, and then regarding this only, I was also thinking that Akrūra is simply following the orders of higher up. So I was thinking that in this age of Kali Yuga, when someone is in like in government service, and then in that also he will have to sign the paper of giving the land, even though he knows that that person will use it for intoxication or building some factories which will be breaking some four regulative principles. But the law of the country does not consider it to be illegal. But then he simply have to follow the law and order of the land. Then even though he does not want to do it, so will that person who signed the papers, who allowed it to happen simply because that law is not considered to be legal in this age of Kali Yuga, will that person still undergo the punishment?
It depends a lot on what exactly are the circumstances. Why is it that the person has to give the land to be used by some sinful activity? He can, if he has to sell the land, he can always sell it to somebody else. Why does he have to sell it to be used, for example, as a slaughterhouse? I don't understand. How much is it an obligation and how much it is for because you want to give it away because one is getting a better price. It also depends on a lot of circumstances. If really the person is in a situation where there is no alternative, where there is no option B, or really, because at the end of the day, it is the sincerity of the soul that Krishna sees. How much of it was because you could not, and how much was it because you did not want to? There's a difference between I could not do this and difference between I did not want to do this. So Krishna knows exactly what is going on in the heart. A lot depends on how much sincerity exactly is there in that particular situation.
But in this case, Akrūra is also sincere. I mean, he did not want to read. He did not want to hurt the gopis, I believe. But then till he suffered the consequence.
Yeah, see, in this case of Akrūra, it's not that he took an offense for taking the gopis away. The offense is that he did not console the gopis. That is what it is said here. Akrūra disrespected the gopis by not comforting them. This is what is the offense that he has taken. Not comforting and not consoling. He took his bath and right away he was ready to drive the chariot. That is the point here. Not because he took the gopis away. He had to suffer separation from Krishna because he disrespected the gopis by not comforting them. That is the point.
Kutu Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Yeah, Shreya?
So you said that Nand Maharaj and Yashoda did not know that he is a son of Vasudeva and Devaki. But wasn't there a chapter or something where Nand Maharaj and Vasudeva meet somewhere and then they discuss
Yeah,
about
they
it?
met, and in that episode, Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva is inquiring from Nanda Maharaj about the well-being of his children. But at that time, he again makes an indirect reference, and it is mentioned in the chapter that he did not directly ask because then Nanda Maharaj will get suspicious that is Krishna really his son, or is Krishna his son, like that. So in that chapter, I remember very well that Vasudeva makes indirect enquiries and not very direct enquiries because he did not want Nanda Maharaj to get suspicious that Krishna is his son.
Okay. And then the second thing, just making sure that I'm understanding it correctly. So firstly, Krishna was born to Vasudeva and Devaki as well as Yashoda,
Yes,
right?
yes,
400 and 200 form.
yes,
And then there was also Yogamaya who appeared to Yashoda.
yes,
And then when Vasudeva goes, he exchanges the Yogamaya with Krishna.
yes,
And those two Krishna merges,
yes.
and then Yogamaya comes here, and then Kamsa tries to kill her, and then Mahamaya just says that Krishna has already appeared. Then what happens to Yogamaya or Mahamaya?
No, that Yoga Maya only became Mahamaya because Mahamaya is an expansion of Yoga Maya. That Yoga
Yeah, so
Maya became
okay.
Mahamaya.
So then she just disappears, right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
she doesn't go back to Yashoda, right?
No. She is just finished that
Okay, then
episode.
somebody would have known, right, that there are two kids which have appeared to Yashoda.
Nobody knew because Nanda Maharaj was not there when Vasudev went there. Nanda Maharaj was not there. Yashoda had just given birth and she had fainted. So nobody was there. And it was raining. It was pitch dark.
Mm.
And even Nanda
But
Maharaj did not see the other Krishna. He only saw the baby girl.
oh, okay. Okay, so they thought just one
Yeah.
child.
Yes.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, Shailesh?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what is the status of the Vasudeva and Devaki? Are they again imprisoned by Kamsa and also Ugrasen?
Ugrasen is in jail only because he was the previous king, so he has to be put in jail if Kamsa has to be the king. And after Narada went and revealed to Kamsa how Krishna is that eighth child that you are looking for, and how even Balaram was switched from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. After Narada revealed all this to Kamsa, then Kamsa put Devaki and Vasudeva in jail. So currently they are in jail.
Also, one more question. Everybody keeps talking about Yashoda, but then even Rohini should be affected, right? Because her son is going away, and nobody talks about Rohini.
Yeah, so when you read this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, he writes there that Yashoda's reaction is the same as Rohini's reaction. So therefore, Rohini's reaction we are not going to describe separately. So he writes that line in his commentary.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, are we ready for the exam?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. There goes, the link is in your chat.